When you hear a bump in the night, it's easy to write it off as the wind. But the terror changes shape when objective, skeptical outsiders start experiencing the phenomena right alongside you. Jack and Janet Smurl were a religious, hard-working couple who just wanted a quiet life. In 1974, they moved their family into this duplex on Chase Street in West Pittston, Pennsylvania. For the first decade, the anomalies were minor. A strange stain appeared on a wall that bled through every fresh coat of paint. Then came sudden stenches of rotting meat and sewer gas that would flood a room and vanish seconds later. At this stage, the activity was easy to explain away. Old pipes groan, electrical systems short, and wood rots. To a neighbor or a journalist, these were just the mundane symptoms of a house showing its age. By 1985, those fleeting smells were replaced by physical mass. At night, the family began hearing the unmistakable sound of heavy boots walking down the hallway, the floorboards groaning under an invisible weight. Then the entity revealed itself. The family reported seeing a humanoid mass, over 6 feet tall, lacking a face and radiating an overwhelming sense of malice. One night, Jack Smurl was lying in bed when he felt a heavy weight drop onto his mattress. He was then physically shoved, scratched, and pinned down by an unseen force. The Smurls were no longer dealing with a nuisance. They were facing physical trauma in the one place they were supposed to be safe, trapped in a home where the walls themselves had turned hostile. Desperate to secure an exorcism, the Smurls went public in 1986. Within weeks, their quiet neighborhood was overrun by news crews and satellite trucks, turning their private trauma into a national broadcast. Crowds started gathering outside the home just to mock them. Many observers viewed the claims through a lens of strict skepticism, writing the entire ordeal off as an elaborate hoax for attention. The stakes changed when famous demonologists Ed and Lorraine Warren arrived to investigate. After reviewing the family's accounts, they officially classified the entity as a non-human demon. This created a sharp divide between the mocking public and the professional investigators who were now warning the family that their lives were in danger. This chart plots phenomenon intensity against a baseline of rational skepticism. For years, strange smells and cold spots were logically dismissed. That changed when impartial witnesses became involved. Neighbors reported clear sightings of the faceless entity peering from upstairs windows while the house was empty. The evidence compounded when a local reporter visited the home. He felt a sudden, icy chill drop the room's temperature before watching a heavy wooden chair lift several inches off the floor and slam back down. Kinetic violence became a regular occurrence in the kitchen. Sinks turned themselves on to pour boiling hot water, and a stack of freshly laundered towels spontaneously burst into flames while Janet stood just a few feet away. Tragically, even the family dog wasn't spared. During a blessing of the home, the German Shepherd was physically picked up and thrown against a wall by invisible hands. When independent journalists and impartial neighbors and physical burns are factored in, the theory of a shared family delusion fails to account for the physical reality left behind. Despite the evidence, the Catholic Church remained hesitant to perform a formal exorcism. Several blessings were attempted on the property, but none of them stopped the violence. The situation broke during a prayer session led by Ed Warren. A dense, unnatural black mist rapidly formed in the center of the room. From the center of that mist, a voice whispered a chilling message directly to Janet Smurl. "I'm going to kill you all." The failure of these spiritual interventions broke the family's resolve. They were facing an entity whose power seemed to supersede their traditional religious defenses. Exhausted and broken, the Smurls fled the house in 1987. They moved to a different town, hoping the nightmare was tied strictly to the property on Chase Street. Some critics argue the activity stopped because the family's stress subsided. However, psychological theories cannot explain the physical scorch marks and the documented witness accounts of levitating furniture. The haunting did not stop at the property line. It followed the family to their new home, knocking on walls and moving furniture until they finally found peace through their faith and by refusing to give the entity further attention. The Smurl case leaves us with a realization more persistent than a simple ghost story. It suggests that some malicious entities aren't anchored to floorboards and bricks.